Hello. In this video, I'm going to work with monadic neighborhoods and show you kind of from the ground up to how you can build something that's analogous to what might be a set. Uh, it's not quite the same, hence the analogy part. However, I feel like it's a good step in the right direction. And I actually wrote down a bunch of stuff ahead of time. I don't typically do that, but I felt like it would be a good thing to kind of speed up the process so you can kind of get to the nitty gritty of what I'm trying to explain. So here, essentially, we're just building uh, four. Or not building. We're activating four monodes, and we're giving them all one arm, so one monadicity. And then I'm building two neighborhoods using two of those monodes, or sorry, yeah, two different neighborhoods. One using these two monodes and one using these two, and labeling them 0 and 1 because as we've seen in previous videos, neighborhoods can have their own index to indicate that they're a separate neighborhood. And so far, this work has given us two neighborhoods to work with, and now I talked a little bit about combining operators into a word onto on working structure. So something like inside the parentheses, and you're going to work on that using that word. Well, we'll do the same thing here, and it'll make sense as I do it why we want to have it this way than try to uh, go a different route. So right with these two neighborhoods, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a delta beta. And as I showed in the words, the first operation is the one on the far left. The second one right here would be the beta. So this will go first, and then this will go. Um, Here's our parentheses saying, hey, we're going to work on these two neighborhoods. So we'll write those neighborhoods down. Inside the parentheses. Okay, and then so it's going to transform. So here's the two neighborhoods inside the parentheses. The first operation will be the delta. It goes on everything inside the parentheses. So we're using delta on this and this. So when we do that, we are left with, and I'll just bring it down. I'll bring down a beta, and then, so I'm going to just illustrate. So there and there. That's what's going on with that delta, right? So then we gain all our adicities back, and we lose the binding and the neighborhood consequently. It's still under one more operation, which is our binding operation. So when we bind all those, we get this neighborhood, a new neighborhood of these original monodes. And that's the idea. And then I'll give this a label to show that it's a separate neighborhood. So yeah, we took these two smaller neighborhoods, combined them together, and we got this one bigger neighborhood had more monodes within it. And all these are very similar to what we started with up here once we activated. So these are all the activated monodes. They lost their adicity in the process of the binding when you bind them all together. So you kind of get all those original monodes bound together in one neighborhood. Very, very similar, analogous to like a union operator in a set theory. It's not quite the same, but there's some very strong similarities. Um, so that's a working with neighborhoods in this way, and there's going to be many more videos of me working in neighborhoods and that. And I just wanted to show some interesting things you could do with it. Eventually, I'm going to get up to where we're working with something very, very close to sets because I wanted to show some interesting features about sets using monodic theory. But as I said, that's kind of later down the road. Anyways, thank you for your time.